Hello everyone, Mike with Imperial Tropicals here on another fun Friday. So, like every day, it's kind of a crazy day. We were supposed to start at noon, and here it is, like almost 12:10. We had some plumbing issues, so we had water leaking out of one of the big show tanks that Mario had built for us. So we are getting close to having those big display tanks set up and cycling, so we're super excited about that. We've also been really busy just trying to keep up with the breeding and the sorting and packing the orders. Luckily, the weather around the country has been really warming up nice. So shipping's been, really good time of year to ship fish. So sorry about being a little bit late. I'm going to go around and show you guys some of the fish that maybe I haven't shown you the last time we did a Fun Friday. And hopefully, you guys like the fish that you see and what we're doing. It will be a quick video today. I won't be on for very long just because it's just been crazy busy. I'm behind. My son's got a bass tournament this weekend, so I'm gonna try to get off work on time today and hopefully go get the boat ready. So the screenshot that I used for this video was from our breeder tank of the German strain of the yellow blaze, and you can see they have a lot more yellow across the top of the head. There's quite a bit of variancy in the German strain, so we are just carrying these as German line of yellow blaze, the lithobates, because we have another strain that is created in Germany that has yellow halfway through the body. Either way, it's just a fantastic looking fish. So we're going to keep working with this strain, and these are some of the breeders that are set up for those guys. We got some albino Madocas. Looks like they're actually breeding in the tank for us. Nice. You can see them doing a little dance. So I can't wait to get these guys growing up and start seeing what they look like when they start getting those big lips on them. So that's albino Madocas. A lot of the stuff that we've been breeding in here, we've been taking down to the greenhouse now that we are having some nice weather here in Florida. But some of the strains, especially the lithobate strains, they do really well breeding in aquariums. So we're probably going to keep some of those strains breeding indoors. So David's on. What's up, David? Larry Johnson. Good seeing you, Larry. Darren. And then Alexis from Arkansas is on. Nice. Thank you, guys. So this is some of the Colombian fish that we brought in, wild caught. This is the black barred silver dollars. And we also have some bigger sizes of those guys too, right here. And you can see like the males get that nice bright orange, and those are big fish right there. You're probably looking at like 4-inch fish, the big males in that tank. So we got two different sizes of those guys. The 3-line pencil fish are looking really nice. The ruby tetras are looking nice. Glad that those guys came in really well. And then the red phantoms are looking really nice. See those guys, bright colors on them. And the cardinal tetras, they're looking really nice. So if you have a peaceful planted tank, a lot of these tetras would do great in your tank. I also missed the arowanas. Those won't do good with your tetras, but we do have some arowanas for those guys that have, big tanks. Those are really popular. I just saw a question pop up asking if we had albino blue morai. We do have juveniles of those, not a lot. So we get small batches up to size, and as soon as we put them on the website, they usually sell pretty quick. So if you're wanting some and they're out on the website, because I don't do the inventory, you can, if they're sold out, you could sign up for the email notification. So as soon as we get them back in stock, you can place an order for them. That's the CW49, the bicolor Corys. Those guys are looking really nice. You can see those guys in the back. We also have some Corridors Ashers. Those guys are pretty small still, but you can see they're starting to get some nice black barring. Really nice. We have 3 of the big Juraparis. Haven't decided what we're going to do with these guys. I know we haven't put them up for sale yet. I might save them back for breeders, but they're like really big. They're probably like at least 6-inch fish. A little bit bigger than what I like to ship, but it's, you know, maybe we end up saving these guys back for breeders because they're a little bit big to ship. And you can see the cardinals are just looking fantastic. One of my favorite schooling fish is the cardinal tetras. I can't wait to get the 600-gallon tank because I want to put like 300 cardinals, you know, in that 600-gallon tank and see them schooling around. This is some of the Amazon puffers. These guys have been in quarantine ever since we brought them in, and they are looking lots better. So like, you know, when we bring in stuff from the wild, we make sure that we worm them, you know, because a lot of the wild caught fish have worms on them. And then also for parasites, bacteria, you know, we don't start selling the fish until they are 100% healthy. So, you know, even if I have to, you know, keep these fish for months until they recover, because a lot of times from the wild, the fish might have parasites or worm on them in the wild that the fish could, you know, handle it in the big, you know, rivers, but when you bring them in, they stress out, and that's when they become a real problem. So hopefully those puffers will be ready here pretty soon. We have some Geophagus steindackneri, the red humps. Those guys are really nice. The blue phantoms are recovering nicely, and those guys, if they're not up for sale, they should be ready really soon. This is another one that took a little while to recover when we first brought them in, but they're looking a lot better. So PH Aquatics, Miguel, what's up? A lot of the Colombian stuff is already sold out. So like I had a lot more stuff over here. Like looks like we got 3 rummy nose left. Rummy nose, actually there's a few more in this tank. So we got a few rummy nose left. Those guys came in really nice, and a lot of people were waiting on them. I do have some black rams that are actually black now. So like our black rams have gotten a lot more color. The breeding on these guys has gotten better and better. So we're seeing a lot of them stay black. So I know those guys are going to be going up online. And you know, in the beginning, you know, the black rams were just, you know, a little bit more black than the blue rams, the German blues. But now, you know, with the you know, selective breeding, that strain's getting blacker and blacker. I mean, those are almost what they would call the black knights because of how dark they are. We have some of the red fin Portulotus, the flagtails. A couple of those guys left. We got a few of the red hooks left. It's another really nice big schooling fish. And that's it on the Colombian fish. And we come over here and we have a few orange lasers. They're going to be hiding underneath the pipes there. Some green Corys, Paleatus. Not a whole lot. A lot of empty tanks. It's been hard to bring in fish from the importers because of flights. Flights have been very difficult. We got the Cinnadotus angelicus, and these are the true angelicus, which is exciting that these are starting to become readily available. This is a new strain of Du Boises that we brought in that have a location. This is the Du Bois Malimbe, and I've been really happy with these guys. Like, they have really, really nice markings on them. So we got some small frontosas in the other day. These are really small though. They're more like 1.5 inch size. So, you know, just be prepared to spend some time growing them up. We've got some boops left. You can see this male starting to color up. So that's some of the Tanganyikans that we brought in recently. We did get some more Black Widow frontosas up for size, and these guys are also pretty small, kind of like 1.5 inch, but for you guys that like the Black Widows, those are really unique man-made varieties that have been line bred. Like, none of them have like exactly the same barring. They look really, really nice. So we got a big rostratum male in that tank with some females. So all right, I'm gonna try to get some of these answered. All right. John Mayberry, did y'all get that bad weather this week when it held? Yes, we did. We got some extremely bad weather that came in. I want to say it was, well, Monday or Tuesday earlier this week. We got really bad weather, and then we also got bad weather last week too. It's the time of year that it's warming up, so like chances of like tornadoes, and you know, where cold air meets hot air, it gets we've been getting some really bad weather. But the rain's been a welcome though, because everything outdoors is growing really well. The trees, grass, fish, everything's enjoying it. So this is the albino sunshine. Pretty excited about these guys too. This is a new albino strain that we recently got that's starting to really color up. The males are. We got a few OBs. I know we're about to restock on our OB peacocks. We've been bringing in some nice ones from the ponds. We got some red shoulder peacocks here, a couple dominant males in the tank that are looking really nice. So we're about to get into where we're starting to bring in a lot of fish from the ponds. We've had, you know, problems getting in like parts. Like, one of our pumps went down to pump down the ponds, and you know, they're telling us it's going to be like 2 months before they could get the parts in because of all this madness with COVID and getting supplies in. But we did order a new one, so hopefully next week we'll have another pump, and that will allow us to start bringing in a lot more fish that have been growing up in the ponds all for the last 6 months. So, you know, hopefully we get, you know, a lot more inventory in that we've been out of, because it's, you know, we know that we've got a lot of nice fish out there. We just got to get them inside and get where we can start sending those fish out for you. But, you know, we did bring in some more lemon jakes last week. We just dropped the same net in the pond and brought in, so we got some nice males of those guys coming on. I want to say that they sold out pretty quickly, so I think these are planning on going out Monday. We got some sulfur head peacocks, and a couple of those males are starting to really show some good color on those guys. This is a more timid peacock, so in an all male tank, sometimes these sulfur heads, they don't turn on their colors because they're not the dominant fish. So really nice fish though. I really like that strain of peacock. We got some big Rhodesii. You know, the frustrating thing about us is everybody wants males on the big predator haps, and those guys do not turn on their colors unless they get really big and they get really happy. So it's just like a waiting game for us to see, you know, when the males start collaring up. What else? I got some lights out on this section, but some tetrastigmas here. There's a nice male. Got some red Nairi eyes. Those guys are looking good. What else we got peacock wise? Brought in a few more saffrons. Or no, this is the pink flash, sorry. This is another new strain from Germany that we brought in, and this, you can see like on this male, really starting to color up nicely. I don't know if we have red caps in here. I'll have to keep my eye open as we start walking around. I know we've got the breeders, and I know we've got some growing up. David, here's some of the Azurius that we have in right now. So we got some really big guys, and even at like, that probably is like a 4-inch Azurius right there. So if you want to build up your breeding group, that'd be, we have some nice ones of the Azurius in. We got some Rock Provensis. Some of our Victorians here, SP44s. See the males have nice black and red, and you know what's cool about the SP44 Vic is, you know, they'll turn all different colors. The males will, like, they'll go from like bright yellow and black to blue and black. I mean, all different colors for that particular fish. We got some nice yellow labs in. See those guys. Those guys are looking good. And that's it. I'm gonna, let's see what else. Canesto, what's up, David? Mike Wynn. So sign up for the flagtails. I know we put them on hold because they were looking like not perfect. They weren't bad, but they weren't looking perfect. So we took them down off the website, and we have not been selling those guys. So so if you want one, there is some in the tank. You could get on the waiting list. They might tell you when you email us to go ahead and sign up for the notification, but if we could set one to the side, we will. Sometimes it's hard for us to do that because just trying to remember, like, hey, one of these is already spoken for, but email the crew and they'll take care of you. So we got some gizzles here that are looking really nice. We're actually holding off on selling these guys until we make sure that our breeding group is up to par, and we might end up using those guys for some new breeders. We got some Exasperatus, some Mabunas. Those guys are looking really nice. And I'll give you guys a little peek at the tanks. They are cycling right now. We're just doing testing on the plumbing, but that's as far as I can show you right now. So hopefully in the next couple of weeks, we're going to be wrapping up the plumbing and getting those guys all cycled and start looking to, you know, put in fish, hopefully, in those tanks here pretty soon. And we'll do like probably like a grand showing of it. Like whenever we get it all set up, we'll, you know, get Mario over here and show you guys what we've been working on. I still got to order lights, so I still got a lot to do, but hopefully that'll start coming together pretty fast. So some of the breeding tanks of some of the trimming strains here. So I'm gonna keep the camera on one of these tanks while I go around and answer some of these questions. That's the Mallory strain. Let's see, where did I leave off? Chris Biggs is on. What's up, Biggs? David, you could check on the website for the smaller Rhodesiae, or shoot us an email, and maybe they could give you an idea of, you know, how much longer it's going to be before those guys are ready. Dave's talking about the Black Widows. I know some, well, you know, when you look at the MOBAs and some of the other strains of fronts, it's hard to beat what nature produces, but I always find it intriguing seeing some of these line-bred varieties, you know. Canesto says it's a Canadian invasion with Larry Johnson and Chris Biggs. It's an honor to have both of them on because they're you know, such legendary fish keepers, you know. So, and Chris said, Josh is, what's up, Josh Cunningham's on. Chris said Josh is pretty close to being Canadian. He is. Michigan's just right across the line. So, Keith Hanshaw's asking about gold dust of the brochures. I don't know. I know we're planning another order from Indo, and that's where they come from. I do not remember seeing them on that list of fish that we're bringing in. But, you know, if you shoot us an email and I have time to add them on, because that order is probably a month away from receiving, I will try to add some on and bring some in for you. So just shoot us an email. Chris, never got your email. I never responded back. I tell you, it's been a wild week for me. So I hope, and I don't even think I'll have time until, I don't know if I'll have time this afternoon, Chris. As soon as I wrap up work, which might be a late day, I'm getting Cole and the boat and we're heading to the lake. So, but I'll try tonight to try to figure out, make sure that we're good to go is for that weekend that you want to visit. So, all right. Lynx is on. Darren wants to see some bleaker eye, the starry nights. All right. Yeah, it might be the live feed is causing a little bit of a glitch. Hopefully the stream's coming out clear for everyone, but still haven't got around to doing a Wi-Fi system in here. But here's some of the bleaker eye. They're not really showing much, you know, color yet. You know, they get jet black when they start feeling good, but these guys just came in, so you can see a couple of them start to get like nice and black. We have some down here too, some bigger guys, but they're all hiding behind the glass. I thought we had some already in here, but they might already be sold out. So let me go around to this other side and see if I can't find you some. Yeah, it's pretty normal for the bleaker eye when they first arrive in your tanks, or when we first move them to our tanks. They're not going to have a lot of color, right? And that's more of just a stress pattern on the fish when they're, you know, these are juveniles here. A couple of them are starting to get some speckling, but when they're juveniles and they're not really feeling, you know, any kind of dominance, they don't get jet black. But after they've been in our tanks for about a week, they start really like showing their colors and getting jet black. Some Honduran red points there. So I got some bigger electric blue cars. So those guys are always really popular. In fact, I remember when Biggs, when these first came out, I had got some for Chris, and I shipped them up to Spencer. And I want to say they jumped out of his tank like the first night, because these guys are jumpers. So we didn't know that in the beginning, but now we know that those guys will jump out of a tank. That's the Hemichromis Moandas, the jewel cichlids. See if I get a male right there. Really nice. I like the jewels. A couple males there in the back are hiding. Actually, they probably have babies. They will just breed in whatever tank you put them in. So, but, well, thank you guys for allowing me to ramble on for a little bit. And for those that joined, I appreciate you not leaving me hanging. So we got lots of projects that we're trying to get wrapped up, and as soon as we do, we're going to have a better schedule for this Fun Friday. I've got some new people that are training right now, and one of them is going to really be helping us on our social media. So you'll start seeing a lot more, you know, planned out events for the live feeds, also for pictures and videos of our fish. We're going to start really doing a lot better job, because, you know, we really don't do a whole lot of social media. For my personal life, I don't like social media. I'm like, got so much to keep up with. I have a hard time, keeping up with the social media. So I've got, somebody training right now that's going to really be helping us on that part of the business. And these tanks to my side here, we've been waiting for matte filters to come in. The matte filters came in yesterday. We got a big pallet of them, as you can see. And we're just waiting on jet lifters, and then this whole rack here will be up and running, and hopefully bringing in a lot more really rare and beautiful fish for you guys. So but as of now, I'm gonna wrap it up. So you guys have a safe weekend. I appreciate all the support that you give us here at Imperial Tropicals, allowing us to do what we enjoy and what we're passionate about. So if you got any questions about fish, inventory, feel free to shoot us an email. If you have like a fish compatibility question, or you want to learn more about what we do here, also about the fish that we carry, you could join our Facebook group. It's a private group called Imperial Tropicals Fish Keepers. And on that group, you could join. And I mean, I've been doing this for a long time, 20 years since I got out of the military, but even growing up, I was around breeding fish, and so basically my whole life I've been involved in this, and I still learn a lot of things from that group, because we don't get to see the fish and the tanks like what you guys have set up. Usually we keep a fish, species only for breeding purposes. So like compatibility questions, join the group. They're very helpful for everybody, and if you have a lot of knowledge about fish, join the group, and let's help some of these people that are new to the hobby to be better at it, because the better people are informed about how to take care of fish, the better the hobby is. So we really want to get people where they're experts at keeping fish, and they're helping spread the passion. So you guys, if you like the video, also make sure you hit that like button, so it helps us gauge that, hey, you know what, people are liking seeing all our fish and our setup. So and that's it. So you guys have a safe weekend, and maybe next Friday, I can't promise, I'll be caught up and I could do a little bit more in-depth video about what you guys want to see and hear. So thank you very much. Have a good weekend.